Hey everybody, welcome back to the homestead. My name is Kevin. Well, it is almost the time of year where we need to get some baby pigs for the homestead. And any of you who have been watching over the last year or so know that pigs are my absolute favorite animal to raise. I'm excited because this year we're actually going to be getting more pigs than we have in the past, which means today I need to start making their pen a little bit bigger. Now we start them in a pen that's made out of just regular hog panels, but once they get to about 75 pounds or so, we allow them to go into the woods where we keep them in with just electric fence. The area that we had for them last year was probably about 100 feet by 100 feet, and to this year we're going to expand that to almost double that size. The area that we have picked out for them is fairly clear, although we do have some trees in here yet. We're only going to be putting 4 pigs in here, so they won't do a lot of damage, but they will keep this area fairly worn down over the summer. We're excited, and we're excited to get this project underway. Now we are working a little bit against the clock because starting this afternoon, they're predicting very bad weather here in the Ozarks. We could get golf ball size hail, there's a good chance of tornadoes, extremely high winds, and 4 to 6 inches of rain in the next 24 hours. So we really need to get this project done this morning, and so we're going to get right to work.
Hi guys! Today we are working in prime tick heaven out here in the woods, and we are going to be trying out a new product that one of our viewers sent to us.
Maybe it'll keep these gnats away too.
It's like bug heaven here right now. We're going to be trying this new natural tick and mosquito repellent called Bite Blocker Bio UD Insect Repellent and Clothing Treatment. So we're going to try this out. We get lots of ticks when we're working out in the woods, so we're going to try it and let you know how it goes.
Now it does say that you should reapply this every 2 hours, so we're going to try to do that as we're working today.
I'm not sure what it is about my body chemistry, but I generally get way more ticks on me than Kevin does, although I never get chiggers and he always gets hit with chiggers, so we'll see how it works.
Right. So the first thing we need to do is take down and move part of the fence from last year. Because of where we're building our new cow paddock, which is this rope right here, this is where the side of the cow paddock is going to be, we need to move the side of the pig area just a few feet over so that they don't overlap. So we're just going to do that now. I love working with electric wire. It's so fast and easy. Basically a wire cutters and we'll be ready to take this down. It shouldn't take long at all. So we're just going to move that so that it runs parallel with the new cow fence. Also, this is where the pig paddock used to end, is right here, but now it's going to go down another probably 75 feet that way. So after we move this side, we also need to take down this entire end, and we can hopefully reuse that wire to make a new side all the way down to where it's going to end now. So we've decided to take down quite a bit more of the existing electric fence than I thought we would, but in the long run it'll make things a lot easier. Like I said, this fencing is so easy and fast to work with. Sometimes it's easier to just take it down and start over than it is to try to redo it somehow. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take it all down except really for one side, and then we're going to move the posts to where we want them for this year, and then we'll put up new fence. But this old wire will come in handy for lots of different projects around the homestead. So a lot of these white fiber posts that we used last year have kind of come loose over the winter, so I'm just going back through and pounding them back in. I like these because they work well in rocky areas. They're really thin. You don't really need a lot of strength with the electric fence. The whole point of the electric fence is that once the animals are trained, they won't really test it. I'll show you guys how we train them on that after we get the piglets later this spring. They should give you a little cap like this when you buy these white fiber posts. This is to protect the end of it when you're pounding them in. If they don't give you one of these, make sure you ask for one, because it really does save the end of your post.
These little gadgets are screw tight insulators. They're 2 pieces. You just put them on the pole, and the screw tight part goes on the end, and it tightens down to wherever you need it on the pole. And I'm just putting them here for convenience, and when we put the wire up, then we can just unscrew it a little bit and then just move it to wherever we want. They're pretty handy.
So we've got all of the poles in. I ended up taking down the entire old fence. Once we started moving things around, it just didn't make sense to try to splice pieces together from last year's fence and this year's fence. So I just took everything down, and we're gonna run all new wire, because I'd like to do it all in one piece around the entire thing if we can. So we're going to get started. Sarah's going to be unrolling the wire. I'll be hooking it to the white posts, and we'll do that all the way around. Alright, so we have the bottom wire completely up. It looks great. Now we're going to go back and we're going to run the top wire. The wind is starting to pick up. There's definitely a change in the weather suddenly, so I can tell those storms are coming. So hopefully we don't have much more than about an hour of this left, and we'll be all done. So we're going to get back to work. Alright, so we've got both wires run all the way around. We were able to do, the one continuous wire all the way around, which was really nice. We've got them pulled nice and tight. We've added some jumpers so the 2 wires are connected. Now the last thing that we have to do before we can hook up the Energizer is to hook up our gate, which goes across these 2 T-posts here. Now what I like to use are these spring style gate handles, and basically what this is a metal hook on one end, and then there's a spring inside, and you just use a piece of your fence wire connected to that spring, and then you just basically make a big long piece of wire that goes across your gate opening, and it hooks onto the wire on the other side. So all we have to do is take one end of this wire, and we'll connect it over here where this run of wire is, and you just want to make sure that it's touching well, making good contact. So now we've got our gate handle that goes, you can see, not quite across this fence, but if you pull it with the spring, it stays on there nice and tight. And now it's making this fence over here connect to that fence over there, so this will be electrified as well. So we just need to do the same thing with this other one. Alright, so I got this bottom one hooked up, and we have just a little bit of a problem. For some reason, even when I pull on it, it's a little too short, but that's an easy fix as well. All we'll do is we'll take a piece of wire, just a scrap piece of wire, and we'll just twist a little loop on it, and then we'll come over to this side of the fence. We'll hook that on. We'll pull this to how tight we want it, and then we'll wrap that around and wrap it around the fence wire. So, problem solved. Now we have a gate on the bottom too, and it just hooks to that little loop down there. So now when we want to back our trailer up or something to get the pigs into the trailer, we can back it right to this gate. This gate is the width of our animal trailer, and so it'll be perfect. Now that we have all of the wire hooked up and we have the gate hooked up, the last thing to do was to hook up the solar Energizer. We like these Parmac Energizers. These are made by a company called Parmac, which is a Missouri company. This is the Solar 6, which is a 6-volt generator. It does great for this size area. Basically what I've done is I've already hooked this up, but I hooked just, you know, one wire over to our grounding rod. We use 6-foot grounding rods, but I'll be honest, because it's the Ozarks, I only get them in probably about 3 feet, maybe a little more. And then on the other side, just a piece of the regular fence wire from the positive side over to the fence. And then I just use an old piece of garden hose to protect that so it doesn't short out on the grass. We'll go ahead and turn this on. And we'll use our fence tester to see if everything's working correctly. Now I would expect that when we go and test the fence that it may be a little lower powered than normal right now. Just before we move the pigs in here, I'll go through and I'll weed eat around the fence real good to make sure nothing is touching any of the wires. I haven't done that today because it's probably still another 6 weeks or so before the pigs will be in this area. We plan on getting pigs in May, but they'll spend the first probably 3 to 4 weeks of their lives in just a pen that's made out of hog panels, not in this electric wire. So it'll be a while yet, so I could weed eat today, but it's really not going to do me any good. I might as well just wait and do it before we move the pigs in. So this is up and running, and we will go ahead and test out the fence. I would hope we'll have somewhere in the like 4,000 to 6,000 kilovolt range. Like I said, it may be a little lower because I haven't weed eated yet, so let's find out. Perfect. 4,000 kilovolts, which is exactly what I was hoping for on the top strand, and same on the bottom. So that's perfect. Now I'll walk around and I'll check it in several spots, but basically if it's getting power over here, we should be good. So. Well, that was a great project finished, and just in time. We both just got alerts on our phones saying that there is heavy precipitation and lightning in our area. Isn't quite here yet, but it's coming fast.
I want to follow up with you guys on the tick spray that we used earlier. Now it said to reapply it every 2 hours, and I did follow that. I sprayed, we worked, went in for lunch, and then before we went back out I sprayed again. And I can tell you that after changing my clothes and checking everything, I had 2 ticks. 1 full-size tick and 1 small tick. Now for me, that is actually really good. The last time I went out foraging and we did a video, before we even got into the house, I had picked off 6 ticks from me, and then when I went back and checked in the house, I had 5 more. So that's a huge decrease, so I'm pretty happy with that bug spray.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time today in areas where there should have been a lot of ticks. I ended up with 2 ticks on me as well. But I did not reapply after lunch. I just kind of forgot. So, but like Sarah said, there's some reason I just don't get nearly as many ticks as she does. So you guys, thanks so much for stopping by today. Thanks for watching as we get this new pig area ready. We're still looking for baby pigs. I've got a few leads that I'm following, and we hope to be able to have some baby pigs sometime in the next few weeks. Hey, if you're enjoying our channel and you're not a subscriber yet, now is the perfect time to hit the subscribe button. If you know someone else who would enjoy our channel, please share this with them. And until next time, thanks so much for stopping by the homestead. Take care and God bless.
God bless.